and we do cool stuff, but I just don't have that tonight. We'll do something at the end. I'll make sure we do something cool at the end, fun. But I'm going to preach a little first, and then we'll do something fun today. So I wanted to talk about, sometimes in life we have barriers. There's going to be barriers. There's road barriers. There's barriers that keep things out and keep things in, and they're there to protect us. Barriers are there to protect us. And sometimes you're going to have to understand in life these barriers that are there are put there by God for a reason. And if you decide, and God's not going to make that barrier, like whenever it says do not enter on a road because it's flooded for say, you can get around that way, and you could probably get around that way. They don't really block it that good. There's ways to go around. That's how God works. God's going to work the same way. He's going to put a barrier up and say, hey, don't go here. Don't do that. But there's going to be a way around it. He's not going to just put it up and say, nope, you can't do that. It's not there. He's going to tell you, hey, don't do it. But that barrier is there for a reason. That barrier is there, but you get to make the choice if you're going to cross that barrier, jump over it, under it, around it, through it, whatever. Because it's just a thin barrier, y'all. When God gives you that barrier, it is paper thin. It's like a rope. Whenever you're running a marathon and they get to run through the rope and it breaks, that's pretty much how thin that barrier is, because he gives you the choice. That barrier is, I'm sorry y'all, I'm sweating to death, I'm dying. That barrier, he's, like I said, he's going to give you the option, good or bad. You get to choose. It's that easy, good or bad. This side of the barrier is good, this side of the barrier is bad. And the good thing is about a barrier is you can go on one side unless you go too far on one side. And we'll talk about that in a minute. But the good thing about a barrier is you can climb over it, but guess what? Most of the time you can climb back over it. So no matter how many times, God's always going to give you a way, this way or this way. But you got to choose to take that. And I guess I'm going to do like I do my littles and let y'all answer some questions. So there are some barriers that you need to put on this side and this side. So what is one big barrier in your life that you think should be on the bad side of the barrier? And anybody can answer. I'm going to treat y'all like my littles tonight. I'm not going to ask, and I'm not calling anybody out because I hate being called out, so I would never do that. But it's just one. Y'all don't have to really. I'm about to take my hair down, y'all. I'm about to take it down. It's so hot. It's just my clip, so it's about to go down. I don't care. So what's one thing that would be on the bad side of the barrier? Because I want to discuss that. Anybody?
Sex before marriage. Sex
before marriage. Y'all's old enough to know that. Well, let's talk about one.
Same thing.
So, gotta take it down. Yeah, it's my fake hair. I have to. Anyway, it's a bad side of the barrier. So that's a big barrier, Reagan. Thanks for taking it that far. Y'all, listen. This is a good discussion, and I'm not going to go into deep discussion because that's a parent discussion, and I'm not going to go too deep dive in it because that's an adult situation of your life that you need to discuss that with. But I will say it's easier to cross that barrier than you think. You would think in your life that saying, "Hey, that's a hard barrier. That rope's going that's going to be like concrete trying to get through that barrier." No, it's pretty simple. It's like cussing. It's pretty simple to say a cuss word. And that's a bad barrier too. We'll talk about that. But that's Jericho. That's how easy it is to get through that barrier. I mean, coming from somebody that knows, because I know. I've been there. It's part of my testimony that because I did do that before marriage. And it was easy. It was so easy, and I hate to say that because it was. I'm going to be truthful. It was the easiest thing. I didn't think about God. And that's the thing, whenever you're crossing that barrier to the bad side, you don't think about what God's thinking of you right then. You're not thinking about God, because if you were thinking about God, you wouldn't even try to attempt to cross that barrier. The only thing you're thinking about is yourself. And we're not supposed to think about ourselves. We're supposed to think about God. We're supposed to put our feet in God's shoes. And that's what we're supposed to be doing. And God would never cross that barrier. And if you do cross that barrier, listen, I don't want any of y'all to cross that barrier. Because that barrier can bring, and like I said, I'm not going to go too deep in it, but that barrier could bring consequences. Little consequences that are going to be with you the rest of your life. Okay? Just I'll go there, and that's about it. That's and some severe ones that could kill you, put you in the hospital for the rest of your life, be on medication for the rest of your life. Okay, like I said, I'm not going too deep in it, but it's that easy. I mean, I'm telling you, it's that easy to cross that barrier. A lot of youth and a lot of young people think, because like I said, I was there, think I'm never going to do that. I'm never going to do that. All it takes is one person say, you just get in the moment. And it's that easy. Cussing, we'll go there too, because cussing at your age was really easy. 6th grade, it was real easy for me. I thought when I turned 6th grade, I thought, I'm an adult now. That's what I really thought, y'all, because I went from the elementary school to the high school, and I thought, I'm in high school now. I'm cool, I get to cuss now, because I'm an adult. That's what I thought, and it was that easy. It was that easy for me to just start cussing, start saying bad words, because I was like a sailor. And I'm not going to lie, I'm going to tell y'all, because I wasn't in church. That's how easy it is for church people, let alone non-church people. It's easy. Y'all just go in there and be around a friend. Friends are on that barrier too. You got those friends that are way deep on that barrier. They're down the hill past the danger zone, way on that side, and they're just dragging you along because they know that you want to be like them. They're the cool people. And I know I say that every single time I teach. I'm sorry, but that is your age. The biggest thing about your age, the biggest thing about my age nowadays is popular. Being somebody. Not being the church kid, not being the nerd or the whatever. I don't know what y'all's lingo is. I'm old. Okay, I'm 90s kid, so 2090s. Stop, or I'll send y'all all back in there.
You said chud. That was
Chud.
I don't know what that is.
It's like chud,
Like what?
like a dweeb kind of, I guess, right?
like that.
Kinda.
Yeah.
I don't know the actual
Are you calling me fat?
No.
Did he call me that?
No.
I was just saying it in general.
I'm joking. I know. I just mess with you. But I'm just saying, listen, whatever y'all's lingo is now, but I'm just saying, at your age, that's all y'all think about. I don't think y'all think about, but when y'all's at school, most of the time, now I'm not saying everybody, but most of the time when you're at school, it's going to be this group, that group, this group, that group, and what group you're in. Most of the time, listen, y'all, I'm 43. I was like 40 before I really didn't care about what I dressed like or what people thought, what I wore, or what I look like, or I just don't care. If I want to dress in something crazy, I'll dress in something crazy. I don't care. But at your age, I know that's not a thing. It's not a thing. It's about what you wear, who you look like, what your hair looks like, what you dress like, what you're wearing. It's a mess, and it's hard. And I know it's hard for y'all because y'all have to choose, cross that barrier or not. Be with those people or be with church people. That's a barrier. It depends. God's right there on this side of the barrier. God wants you to stay. And you're not thinking about, I'm going to heaven because I'm on this side of the... Y'all don't go to school thinking about, what should I do today because God told me to do this today? Hey, raise your hand if you go to school and say, you know what? God told me to do this, so I'm going to do it today. Nobody. Who wakes up first thing in the morning, and some people might, I'm not saying y'all don't, and says, Jesus, I'm going to pray to Jesus tonight. I'm going to pray to Jesus before I eat lunch. I'm going to pray to Jesus before I go to bed tonight. It's hard. It's hard. I don't pray every 5 minutes. I don't. I do pray before I go to sleep. And I do pray if someone needs something or I need something. I do pray. But I don't wake up and say, God, thank you for waking me up. And I should. Because we're here because of Him. He put barriers there to save our lives. This is just, that barrier's there to save our lives. It's not there because it wants to upset you. It's not there because He wants to make your life harder. It's there to save us from eternal damnation. I mean, y'all think it was hot yesterday? Who about died yesterday from heat? I know this is what everybody says. Every adult says, you think it's hot yesterday? What do you know? It's literally like that, though, y'all. It's literally 20,000 million times hotter. It's going to melt flesh off your bones. It is going to be miserable. You think yesterday was miserable? Imagine crying in pain every day of your life because of that. Because you're still going to be alive. Just because you died don't mean you died. You're still going to go to heaven or go to hell. What?
Legitimate question.
Yeah.
So, like you said, it melts flesh off our bones. Do you think it'll be like Wolverine, like we did? No, like listen.
I think it'll come back, yes. I think that it is going to,
Or do you think,
it's
like,
torture.
It's not going to fade, like hurt us physically, but like we feel every single ounce. Like it doesn't hurt
That's what I think. I think you're going to go to hell because that's what the devil. Yeah.
Like you feel
Yes.
the pain, but nothing happens.
Yes. I think the devil is going to use things like that. The devil is going to say, yeah, you're going to look perfectly fine, but you're going to feel every ounce of torture I can throw at you. Or it's going to be even worse. He's going to use your family against you. He's going to show you your family in heaven, y'all. You're going to look up and see your family members in heaven. They're not going to know, but you're going to see heaven every day. Every day. If you go to hell, you're going to see heaven and all your family members there and everything you miss, because that's hell. Fire, yeah, that's hell. But hell is seeing your family members every day walking in glory while you're stuck in hell. And hearing them say, you're saying, if I was just better in church, if I was just this, if I was just that, and knowing you can't do nothing about it. Hell is going through the worst thing you've ever imagined. Or him saying, oh, you're almost there, and then taking it back. Saying, yeah, you were good in church, showing you images. And I'm not saying this is how it's going to be, but I imagine hell, the devil showing you images of you having a good day like a dream, like you're just walking through a field and happy, and then like that, he just rips it all away and shows you every bad thing you've ever done. Like a nightmare. The worst nightmare you'll ever be in. That's why we're so strict, because like, I know you can't just be perfect 24/7, because nobody is, and that's okay. That's okay. I want you to know it's okay. Because God's always going to be there to tie right back that border. He's going to just tie it right back up and say, okay, let's start over. Because that's the goodness of God. The goodness of God is saying, you can start over. I give you another chance. That's why He died on the cross for us. He died. He pretty much went through hell for us, where we didn't have to feel that. You can still feel it if you choose to go that way. If you choose to do. That's why it's so important to read y'all's Bible. It's so important, and I struggle with it. I was supposed to be done in 6 months. It's going to probably take me a year, because I kind of fall out of it, and I get convicted of that, and I do, because I just open it up and I'm like, okay, you got to listen to that. You got to finish, and I'm going to finish this year, and that's what I told myself. And y'all, you know, some of those are the most organized. It's just the most. I don't want to hear another thing about a king.
It's 5 chapters at one time too, and it's.
Yeah, and I don't want to hear another thing about a king and how many people. It's yes, but the thing is, it's the things in between those. It's the things that are coming before and after that. It's the things that are going to get you into heaven. If you don't read the Bible and you don't know, all you know is what the pastor says, and the pastor's great. He could teach you a lot. Sunday school could teach you a lot. Sunday school and pastor's going to help you out a lot. But how many people forgot what last Sunday? Does anybody remember what? I mean, I know last Sunday's not a good one because it was like amazing. But what was the last sermon taught? Does anybody remember what the last sermon was?
It's on the podcast, guys. If you want to listen to the podcast, it's on Apple Music, Spotify, and YouTube.
Y'all need to do that. That's awesome.
It's PC Youth Podcast.
It's
If you
on
wanna
Apple
listen to
Music?
it. It's on everything.
I didn't know that. I'll have to listen to that. Is it on YouTube?
Yeah.
Because I do. I'm old. I do YouTube. So many people, I'm telling you, if you read the Bible, most of those people cross borders. None of them are perfect. Were any of them perfect, Reagan? None of them were perfect. David wasn't perfect. None of them were perfect. All of them fell. All of them struggled. But the one thing they did was when they struggled, most of them, when they struggled, they got back up and said, okay, Jesus, I'm sorry. They apologized. How many people apologize after you do something wrong? Do you apologize to God when you do something wrong? If you sin, do you say, Jesus? And that's one thing I do. I strive in doing. If I slip up or mess something up, Jesus, forgive me. It don't have to be no long spiel. You don't have to be down on your hands and knees crying and just begging. Jesus knows. Jesus already knows what's in your heart. He knows what you did. He knew what you did before you were born. He knows everything. So, I mean, why hide it? Why try to hide something that he already knows happened? Ask Jesus just ask him. Say sorry. I mean, he's our Father. If you do something to your father, grandmother, whoever you live with, if you hurt their feelings, do you just walk away and let them be hurt? Do you apologize? If you do something wrong to somebody, anybody special in your life, do you just say, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that? You should do that anyway. But you apologize to him. So what's so different about Jesus? Jesus is harder. Why do you think it's so harder to follow Jesus than your family? Because you can't see him. It's hard to follow somebody that's not there. But that's the good thing about Jesus is that's that barrier. Though you can't see him, he gives you everything, I mean everything you need to stay on this side of the barrier. And that's part of that trust of not crossing that barrier is to trust that he's there. We all know he's there. Everybody in this room knows that Jesus is here. Everybody's seen it. Everybody's seen miracles. Everybody's seen what's happened at church. Everybody feels it. If you don't feel Jesus, you need to really pray. You need to get on those altars, talk to somebody. You need, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing or at all. I'm not trying to put you down, anybody. I'm just saying if you don't feel Jesus, you're putting other priorities way above him and you're pushing him down. That's our problem too. I know I'm just throwing stuff out there, but I really feel like whatever's coming. Priorities. Jesus is at the bottom of the list 99.9% of the time. Wednesday and Sunday, I got that. As long as you get that, you're good. Who believes that? Who believes as long as you come to church Wednesday and Sunday, your priorities with Jesus is met? That's not how it works. Jesus is a all-time God. Jesus is not just a Wednesday and Sunday morning type God. Jesus wants you every single day of the week. Because if you just say Wednesday and Sunday, I go to church. And if you go and say you're better than somebody else because Wednesday and Sunday you go to church, but the rest of the week you are sinning it up, that ain't a real Christian. A real Christian is somebody that gives 99.9% of 100% really to God. I know, and God knows that 100% is achievable if you're perfect. You're not perfect. And I really want to strive to you that Jesus does not expect you to be perfect. He don't expect you to get it right every single time. Or he wouldn't have gave us the Bible. He wouldn't have gave us a pastor. He don't expect us to get it right every single time. He expects us to get it flaws. Or he wouldn't have died on the cross for us. Because he died on the cross so we can ask forgiveness of our sins. He already knew that we weren't perfect. He knew that we were going to mess up. He knew what we were going to go through. And living in this world now, because I thought my world was bad whenever I was growing up. No, mine was peach king. Y'all got it rough. And now, even at y'all's age, y'all have to worry about what's coming up. How y'all going to make it? How y'all even going to... I mean, Evan's 21 and he can't even move out because he can't even afford a house because they're so expensive. It's hard, and y'all think about this. It's like in here. And you think about school and boys and girls and what you're going to make on your test, where you're going to go to college. There's so much on y'all. It's hard to put God in that ball. It's hard to put God in a ball that's so full and so tight that where's God got to be? But the thing is, y'all, if you stop, I know it's hard. And I want to tell y'all my testimony. I'm not going to tell y'all all of it, but like the last 2 years, my ball has been so, I was just in the middle of this ball and it's like a dark room in this ball. No light, no nothing. I was just depressed. And I prayed every day. I prayed every single day to God, just get me out of this ball. I need out of this ball. And I prayed and I'd get mad. I'd be beating on the ball. I would be like, Jesus, I just don't know why you're keeping me here. Why is this happening to me? I go to church every day. I pray. I read my Bible. I just don't know why you're doing this to me. And I was getting frustrated. I was. And then I would go back and I'd be like, God, I know you're there. I'm sorry for doing that because I know you know what I need. Because he does. He knows what you need. And one day, it was literally, y'all, it was something that happened out of nowhere. One day I was this way, and one day Jesus said, okay, here it is. Out of nowhere, in every prayer that I've asked, well, almost every prayer, he knew which ones I needed. For the past 2 years came. And it just kept coming and kept coming and kept coming, and I'm like, it was like, he needed to see my patience. He needed to see that I was going to take my time and give it to him. If I was going to cross that barrier of just saying, you know what, forget it, I'll do it myself. Because if you just say, forget it, I'm going to do it myself, God's going to be like, well, okay, do it. You think you got it? You think you can do it? Do it. That's what God's going to do. He's like, okay, do it. Because I don't want... You don't believe me. You don't believe I'm going to do it. I'm the one that made you. I'm the one that put you on this earth. I'm the one that wrote you in a book of life. I'm the one that did it all. That's given you a home in heaven that is the best place that you'll ever be. But he's going to let you look to him, or he's going to let you look to yourself, basically. And whenever I just finally said, okay, God, you know what? I might be living in this dark place, in this ball, and be just depressed and sad. And I'm not trying to do anything, but y'all, it's just like, he knows what you need. He knows when you need it. We might expect him to say, hey, right now, I need it right now, because that's what kind of world we lived in. We live in a world that's everything like, I want it now. I don't want to wait. I want it now. Give it to me now. Not next week, now. God don't live in that world. God lives in his own time. God lives in an endless amount of time. God's like, well, pray to me. Show me that you want it. You want something, start praying. Start fasting. Start letting Him take care of you. Start reading your Bible. Start coming to church. You know, whenever I started doing our 6-month reading our Bible and stuff, and I really took time to just sit there and focus and just give everything to God. And I mean, I did. I was reading my Bible. I prayed every day. I came to church, prayer meeting. I mean, I was giving it everything. That's when it all started just saying, He's like, okay. He wants to see that you're going to give Him something. He's there. He's going to make sure He's there for you. But He wants to make sure that, yeah, you come to church Wednesday and Sunday. But God ain't Wednesday and Sunday. God's every day of the week. God's every time, every hour, every minute. God's all the time. He wants to see if you're going to go up to your friend and invite them to church. He wants to see if you're going to read your Bible. He wants to see if you're going to pray for your friend or that person that's in your class that is like the outcast that nobody talks to. He wants to see that you're going to go over to them and say, how are you today? If you're embarrassed about going and talking to somebody at school, you need to look at yourself. You need to look in the mirror and say, hey, I need to look at myself because something's wrong with me if I got a problem with them. Now, I'm not saying there's bullies in class and there's people that are evil and I mean not evil, but you know, there's not nice people in the world, okay? I'm not saying be best friends with them, but you can pray for them. You can pray for them. And if you're a bully at school, we won't go over that, but y'all need to think about that because if you're a bully in school, you need to pray. Did you ever see Jesus go up to somebody and just be mean to them? Did you ever read about that? Jesus just went up to him and said, you stink, or you're ugly, or you're fat, or, you know. No. Jesus loved everybody because Jesus made everybody. Jesus loves everybody. If you make somebody because they're fat, if you make somebody because of their color, if you make oh my gosh, if y'all just make fun of people, that's a straight ticket to hell. I believe it. You need to pray about it. And if somebody in your family does it, you need to pray for them about it. Because there's nothing, I mean, there's a sin's a sin no matter what it is. Sin's sin. It is what it is. You're supposed to love even the sinner. You're supposed to love them. You don't have to go up to them and be besties. You ain't got to be that person. But you got to love them. You have to forgive them for what they've done to you. If you have somebody in your life that has broke you or done something bad, you don't have to love them. You can love them from afar. I mean, you have to love them, but you can love them from afar. But you have to forgive them. Because Jesus forgave them. Jesus forgave everybody. Jesus forgives us. And we have to strive to be like Him. Right? Any questions? Not nobody. Really? I just need one question. It's okay. You know, I started talking about crossing borders. I got way off that, didn't I? And it's okay. You know that I mean, I just can't get it. I can't say it enough that when you think you're going to do something bad, the first thing in your brain should be, would Jesus do that? That should be your first thing. You know, why did God put us on the earth? Why are we here? To witness, to spread His word. That's what you should be doing. All y'all are school age. Every one of you. I'm not saying go up to them and be like, you're going to church and you're doing it. You know, that's silly. But it's not hard. I didn't hit you down.
I have a
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't know. Okay. But going up to them and talking to them, I mean, over churchify them. You know, that will happen. God will take care of that. All you got to do is say, hey, we're having a youth thing in a couple weeks. Yeah, it's a little bitty youth thing, but
Like for the little kids?
yeah, but bring somebody anyway. Say, hey, we're having this youth thing. It's going to be fun. I know y'all's older, and it's cute, though. It's fun. Bring them. Bring them Wednesday night. I love teaching. Usually we go outside, and we will. You know, we'll have fun. It's just it was a lot today. Boys. But bring them to youth. I love y'all having class, and I like doing class. And bring them, say, come on. We have a youth thing. I mean, I would love for one of y'all to go in your school and make, I don't know, a club or whatever, a church club. Have it at lunchtime. Find a teacher that will be like, you could have it in my class. Bring everybody, I don't know, like ask a family member to donate the pizzas that week or something. And y'all sit in that classroom and talk about God. That's what y'all do. Every week somebody say, hey, or say, hey, can you come in and talk? Ask an adult that has time. Say, hey, I'm having this once a month. We're having this, it could start out once a month and then grow. But say, we're having this thing. I would love for you to come and speak at my class. Or if you can do it, do it. If God gives you something, use it. Because God gives you something, He could take something away. If you don't use it, you're going to lose it. So, it's rhymes. I'm about to slap.
Very nice. Like you said, my God.
He's being a brat. He's a brat. Stop it.
Guys, I'm the example of bullies at school.
Probably.
See, stay away from me.
Don't. No, you got to be better. That's the person.
I'm the only one I did that to.
I'm using you as an example. I'm not. No. I don't think you're a bully, Bentley. But if Bentley was a bully, he.
Good. Ain't that right?
No.
You're a bully to Daniel.
Shh. Listen. If Bentley was a bully, which he shouldn't be, and if he is, he needs to stop. Anyway, those are people you need to pray for, because probably if a bully, I know y'all probably heard that before, a bully probably has problems of their own going on. That's why they're a bully, because they're pushing it on other people because they can't put it on themselves. They have so much that they got to push it. And that's not okay still. I'm not saying that's okay, because it's not okay. But that person, we don't know. You never know what's going behind closed doors. You don't know. You don't know if that person's being beat at home when they go home. You don't know if that person's getting cussed out. You don't know if that person gets told they're stupid and ugly and everything else. Or if their mom says, well, you're too fat because you're just not you, Reagan. You're just not pretty anymore, and you need to be prettier because they expect that of you. That's not okay. And if your family is doing that, you probably need to talk to somebody else about it, okay? You need to talk to somebody because that's not okay. Pray about it too. It's not okay for anybody to do that, okay? Not okay. I am overly serious about that. That is my serious moment, that it's never, ever okay for anybody to lay hands on you, an adult figure, cuss you out, call you, belittle you, anything, okay? That person's got problems of their own they need to go and ask the Lord about, okay? You need to bring it to Jesus, and that's one of those things that you're going through that hard time. But if it gets physical and it gets to the point where you are thinking thoughts that you shouldn't be having, you need to talk to an adult. Okay? I'm serious about that. If something at home is so bad that you are having thoughts, you need to talk to an adult. Any of us, okay? Sorry, I know I got serious, dark, but I really am passionate about that no kid should have to go through that, okay? If a mom's going through it, if a dad's going through it, talk to somebody. Get help, okay? Anyway. I love y'all. Okay, let's see. I'm thinking of a game. What should we play?